Hey guys, let's talk about something that's always been on my mind. What if? What if back in the day when it was World War One, World War Two, whatever, when everyone was fighting the war against Hitler? Um, what if Hitler won? What if Hitler won the war and took over Australia and took over America and took over the world? What if? Um, now the reason I say this is because um, our native our native Australians, which are Aboriginals, um, and for the Native Americans who are Indians, who are the Indians. If Hitler won the war, you would have been culled. You would have all been killed because Hitler um, believed, as a Nazi, he believed in a blue-eyed, blonde or brunette. I'm guessing blonde or brunette because he wasn't he brunette? Um, so white person, um, and well, in Germany at the time, the perfect they wanted what they wanted to achieve was the perfect person. The perfect person looked blonde, blue eyes, and white skinned. If you didn't have those features, you would have been culled. This doesn't go this doesn't go to um uh Aboriginals or Indians. This also goes to Italians, people who are not Italian, Spanish. If you're not what Hitler wanted you to be, you would have been dead or slave. Duh. Anyway, so I don't know exactly how much different it would be, but what if it happened? What if? Um, in my latest vlogs, I've told you about how I was called a racist because of this what if. Um, now, back to the reason why I've said this what if was because there's still Aboriginals and Indians complaining about how the Englishman took their land and pillaged and raped and plundered and, did all that stuff back in the 1800s, 1700s, or whenever it happened to you, right? To your ancestors. Um, if and what if it wasn't the United Kingdom or Spain or whoever founded your country? Um, what if it was someone else? And what if it was Hitler? You know? So, look, um, I, I know you have rights to your land, but that was a long time ago. Now that it's taken over by the by by the Australians, but we class our Aboriginals as our native people who come to the who were born on this land, who were from this land many years ago, many millennium ago. I respect my fellow Aboriginals, I am not Aboriginal myself, but I do respect you. And I respect why you may be upset. We, the Australians, have apologised on at many times, and also the Australian government gives you a lot. In the Northern Territory, the Aboriginals are given cars, brand new cars, well, kind of second hand, but almost brand new cars, to drive back and forth from their communities. Most of the time, they run out of petrol before they get, till they get to their community, and in the end, the car is usually burnt out or stripped of parts and whatever. So when they finally get back into Darwin or wherever they need to be to get their groceries, they get a new car to take back. You guys get ab study, which means that Aboriginals get paid to study. There is Oz study as well, where the Australians get paid to study as well, and there's other payments as well. But I do believe the Aboriginals get a little bit more benefits. I'm disabled myself. I am on the disability pension, so I know what it's like to be on the dole, and I know what it's like to be on a payment from Centrelink. Um, I'm not saying that the government shouldn't give you these rights. I think they should give you these rights. I think they should give you some more. But you guys still complain. Complain about how they treated you, not yourself, but your ancestors, when they, Captain Cook came to this land. I have nothing to do with Captain Cook myself, because my ancestry is German and Russian. So I have nothing to do with English at all. My family may have lived there back a long time ago, back in the 1600s, but they only went there due to the wars between the kings and queens of Russia or Germany. Or like, Germany was warring with someone or Russia was warring with someone and they fled to England, Ireland, Scotland, you know. I don't even think a lot of English are English either. A lot of English come from European countries. And a lot of people these days will go, "Oh, you're Australian, so you will, from the convicts, fucking it, fuck off." No, we weren't. I wasn't. My family wasn't. My family were actually, my, I don't know which grandfather it was, great, whatever, owned brickworks in Sydney. So he came over here on business. He brought his business from England or Scotland or wherever he came. I think it was Ireland, and he came and he did lose the company though in a poker game. He put the business down on a poker game. What a dickhead. But the thing is, right? So I'm just gonna say I'm sorry again, and I'm gonna do a Mr. Rudd here right now. What was his name? Rudd. Kevin Rudd. He apologized to to the, what was it? To the lost something? Oh god, I'm sorry. I've forgotten what it's called. To the Lost Nation or something. You'll tell me in the comments, I'm guessing. But I'm also going to say sorry again for what the English did to your ancestors. They didn't do it to you, but they did it to your ancestors, and I apologize. Even though I had nothing to do with it, I'm still going to apologize. Now, I'm going to go to another what if right now, just real quick. What if when Japan attacked Darwin and won? In the movie Australia with Nicole Kidman and Hugh Jackman. Is it Hugh Jackman? I think it was Hugh Jackman. They did the scene where the Japanese were bombing Darwin. What if the Japanese won? Okay, have you seen and China, China and Japan, right? They're pretty much, I don't think China and Japan war against each other. They're pretty much the same, apart from the different languages, right? But what have they done to their Japan and China, especially Hong Kong? What have they done to their country? They've built it up citywide. It's just pollution in city. What would have they done to the desert? Have you seen what Saudi Arabia? Well, not Saudi. Well, it is Saudi Arabia, pretty much. It's Dubai. They built a city in the desert. Could you imagine if look, and this is why I was being called a racist, because I was generalizing. Now, if China and Japan took over Australia, there would be nothing but cities everywhere. Massive cities. Could you imagine massive cities in the outback? You would be so glad that we didn't even go there and build cities in the outback. Like, we didn't do it. We wanted to keep that sacred to you. Anyway, so look, this is all a what if. And I have spoken to my friends who are Aboriginals about this. And they're like, you're right. What if that happened? It didn't happen, but what if it did? Our lives would be so much different compared to now. We would have no free speech. We would have no life. It would all be run by Nazis. We'd all have to walk around in uniform with the Nazi patch. That's how I see it. That's how I see it. We'd have to hail to Hitler. We'd have to, do all this stupid, idiotic shit just to be able to live. And those people who didn't get culled would be turned into slaves. And aren't you glad that slavery is not around anymore? I mean, there is people out there that do it still in Africa, but it's wrong. Slavery is wrong. What if do you remember that, what's his name? Coney, do you remember Coney? Coney was a warlord in South Africa, or South Africa, or whatever. And he was recruiting little kids into his little army, making these kids kill their parents. Coney has to be stopped. And there was a big protest about Kony. And I joined that protest because I believe that Kony is a devil. Devil man. He's just as bad as Hitler. So, look guys, I'm just saying what if. And you guys might have different what ifs. But I'm so happy and I am glad that I have this world that I live in, even though there is murder, even though there is probably still genocide, and there's all these different religions that I don't believe in at all. And how many gods do we really need? I just wanted to say, I'm not racist. I am not a bigot. I am me, and I say what's on my mind. And if you don't agree with what I have said, please let me know in the comments below. But if you do agree, let me know in the comments below. And I just want to... I kind of want to give a shout out to someone right now. I want to give a shout out to Miss Cassidy Boone. I'm waiting for your next video. I hope it's soon. Because I love your video content. Because it just makes me want to make some more. So, Cassidy Boone, if you're out there, how about you do a vlog about Hitler?